Hey there, fellow scavengers and salvagers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts. Episode 23. Income from the Boneyard. Alright, what do you guys think we'll find? A ship full of meat. A nice treasure galleon. You know, one thing I have not yet found was shipping containers. We haven't found a single one. Maybe it's time for shipping containers? Maybe it'll be junk. Maybe it'll just be like a floating airlock. Time will tell. Yeah, realistically, if you're really looking for a lot of money, just like hopping to every single derelict in the belt and only really stopping for like shipping containers is probably like bang for your buck per hour worked the best approach, unless you're out of ships in the Boneyard. Just because of the amount of money that you make off those shipping containers is so much more than you're ever going to make. No, definitely shipping containers in a medium ship. Definitely not. This thing is pressurized. It's actually, yeah, it's pressurized fully, like completely pressurized. Interesting. Yeah, it's got some food. Stealing the water out of the sink. It's got an antenna. It's got a working transponder. It doesn't have nav. It's like someone just uninstalled the nav and like jumped out of the boat. Like, I don't... It's like a really... It has power. This thing is basically a running ship. No, I'm alone. I checked for life signs when I arrived. Ooh, a black helmet. Oops, okay, shouldn't have, should not switch my helmet while I'm in a low pressure environment. Oopsie poopsie. A lesson that I have had the chance to learn a lot, and I just haven't bothered to ever take it to heart. That's a bad idea. A victim of fashion, yeah, exactly. There doesn't seem to be much, like, I mean, there's like, it's fully intact ship, it's just, there's not really anything worth taking out of here, per se. So this is definitely the type of ship that would be, well, it depends on the buy price, but like, I was gonna say not worth flipping, because when you buy it, you very likely are paying for kind of like everything. What is that? Oh, it's a starter battery. What the hell is a starter battery? Alright, well, this did not have the kind of treasure we're looking for. So let's bail out of here. Well, a battery at half size is a compact S ship battery, not a starter battery. That's why I'm saying, what the hell is a starter battery? It's like they just made up a new term. Alright, we have 3 motherboards now. And I think I'm going to keep the black helmet. So all we really did here is take a helmet, take an ox tank, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, a derelict like that is probably pretty expensive. Alright, let's go a little bit further out. We've been sticking pretty close to K-Leg, and I absolutely have the RCS fuel to take a bit of a deep space dive to a different derelict. So let's go a little bit further. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do very fine-tuned bearing. The more fine-tuned it is for the further you're going, the closer you'll get to your target. And I'll go 150. There we go. Oh, there goes my recent gratifying culinary experience. I guess I also took some trenchers. Probably to the chagrin of my character. He's like, trenchers! Ooh! Cause, yeah, they're like reconstituted pseudo-food. Oh, suit's low on power. I feel like that was quick. Maybe not. I've been in the suit for a while. But things are looking pretty freaking shiny on this ship. I'm like really fixing it up nice. It's all paid off, right? So like my character cares about it more because I own this now. It isn't borrowed from the bank. They can't repossess it. Not that there's a mechanic for that. Hey! Time to celebrate! Well done! Eric Garrison has completed training electrical engineering 100%. Is now skilled in designing, building, and maintaining electrical devices. So right-click on here. We are triumphant. We are trained in electrical engineering fully. Awesome. That's going to help restoring things a bit. We're restoring conduits super fast. We're probably closing in on a true AE restoration evaluation. I wish the ship rating was like actual correct. It truly is not. Everything's an A. An A for ship quality and an E for thrust, like regardless of what you do. All right, here we go. Is this a treasure boat? So another reason why I don't invest too much into thrust is like your proximity alarm is designed to give you warnings at 5 kilometers, and in those, if you're really going super fast into a derelict, it's going to take you long enough to get to your like pilot seat that if you're going too fast, you're just going to crash before you can even slow down. So like you won't see me investing a lot in thrusters because like you don't need to go pull like 10 G's of thrust, like that's just too much. So you should just never be in a position where you need to brake quickly. All right, well, we have some dead people. A dead manager and a dead shipbreaker. I think it's probably a good opportunity for me to go aboard with a sword. But it's a big ship. Oh, look at you. Beautiful old age tuberculosis. And you've been shot a lot. Or shot, cargo accident, breakout injury, airlock accident. You were a bit of an idiot, weren't you? I mean, I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but y'all be dumb. So we know this layout already. And we're here for scrap. So what I'm going to do is just go around the ship. Anything worth a damn is going to get installed and queued to haul. Yeah, very accident prone, that one. Ooh, 9mm bullets. Don't see those very often. They're not worth a whole lot, but odd to see. Oh, their PDAs absolutely weren't there a minute ago. So their ship's haunted. There's ghosts. Clearly. Not super happy about ghosts on the ship. More work lights. We got thrusters. A door. With, yep, this is kind of the same layout. Thrusters. Broken heater. A lot more intakes than the other ship had. O2 cans are not very full. Smart crates. Let's see. Empty, empty. Trash, and some basic food. It's a big ship. It's in pretty good condition, but it doesn't have a lot of, like, what I would consider treasure. Not a whole lot of value here. Doesn't have a lot of holes in the hull, but like I highly doubt. So the last one we bought of this style was 192k, and what I can try to do, oh, it's a rip Pegnon. What I can try to do is remember its numbers and check its buy price, but it's probably going to be significantly more than what I paid for my last flipped ship. Meaning, like, as much as I would like to buy this one and get it like seaworthy, I am sure it's going to be out of my price point. Just that would be my guesstimate. Reporting corpses gives you rep. There isn't a concept of rep. I mean, you can have an individual relationship with, like, a police officer, but there isn't, like, a faction rep or anything like that. So, unless you think it's the right thing to do, or you want them to throw you some, like, chump change, I don't bother. I mentioned this to everyone before this stream, or at the start of the stream, that, like, I don't report crimes, because they don't offer enough incentive to do it. It's like, oh, you reported a crime. Here's like $500, and $500 in this game is like nothing. So, something I never bothered doing. Okay, we're almost done. We just need to get into the back section. This is potentially the juiciest room, but I think this one's kind of a bust. Oh no, I was wrong. Definitely has some reactor stuff. And the reactor stuff is actually in reasonable condition, too. It's not all broken. Which is kind of nice. Wow, yeah, the reactor parts really are in working order. I don't know if I queued up all that to be hauled, but I'll assume. More doors. Civil engineering. Yep, I need civil engineering lessons, so that works. It's nearly a full reactor. It's missing a lot of stuff, actually. I mean, it has the field coils, has the core. So here is the reactor parts. Field coils, core, MHD, which it has, pellet feeder, which it has, fuel reg, which it has. It does not have a laser capacitor. It has a laser array, though. It has a cryo pump, doesn't have a cryo tank, doesn't have a D2O tank, doesn't have a helium tank. So you're right, it's close to done. With that said, normally I go for at least like you would want like 2 arrays to a capacitor, 2 pellet feeders, maybe 2 cryo. But yeah, it was in pretty good condition. I grant you that. Okay, let's auto task and haul this back. It was a good boat. Pretty good boat. Weird that we're putting the O2 cans in our Lux barracks. A ship like this could have sold for about 2 mil. Yeah, especially if you it basically had a working reactor without any of the fuel tanks. So it had like a reactor room, which is a positive modifier. Of course, in my case, I'm like stripping all the parts out of it, making it worth a lot less. Yo, you forgot some. Oh, okay. The reactor core. Is this because the field coils is blocking me? Probably. Yeah, the tanks, to be fair, do add a significant portion of the value. You're right about that. A massive percentage of the reactor's value is the tanks alone, because a reactor without fuel is a fancy furniture in a room. No traces of meat. It's kind of nice. There we go. All right. So we have done stripped this ship. I guess I'll keep the civil engineering book if I don't already have one, but let's put the PDAs away. I don't recall, but I don't think there's anything for me to actually repair. Everything was fixed, right? Yeah. So it's just a bunch of restorations. At some point, I'll have time to actually read a book, but combat hacking, electrical. Okay, yeah, we didn't need that book. Nice. And even books that I'm fully skilled on might be worth keeping because there's a chance that I end up with another crew member at some point. I'm not ready to do that yet, but again, at some point. So even if I am fully trained in, for instance, like electrical engineering, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not worth keeping because books don't sell for very much, but they're pretty valuable in terms of skill gain. What about field coil? Field coil's not worth very much. Same with the cryo pump. So I left those behind. If I don't grab it, it's probably not worth enough for me to bother grabbing it. You can just assume that at this point. Especially for the size. Certain items, like field coils, take up a lot of room. That would take up 18 cells, and they would sell for about as much as like an oxygen tank, which takes up 1 cell. Put it in perspective. Do not restore the ox tanks. Don't do it. Good. We're fixing our own ship. That's fine. Price density optimization. Yep. There's a lot of items that are really big in the game that just don't make you a lot of money. Just because it's big don't mean it's valuable. Hey, I said don't repair the O2 cans. Fine, whatever. I'm not gonna stop them. I'd rather just auto task. But yeah, things are looking pretty shiny here. Things are definitely getting put together. Will we find cargo finally? Oh, I didn't do a very accurate approach here. Definitely just slingshot at this derelict. Approximate. Coming in hot. Ah, it's pretty small. Yep, DOE small. Dead on arrival. I knew it was small before I even docked because I wasn't able to initiate docking until we were basically on top of it, which is a huge indicator the thing is tiny. Or huge indicator is probably the wrong, well, you know what I mean. Well, maybe there's something of value here, we'll see. Well, maybe it's full of space weed, because the combo was 420. Space knuckle dusters. O2 can't even worth it. Thruster's broken. Yeah, I have a working antenna, but antennas aren't worth very much. The bins outside, checking. Are junk, unless you want pain pills. Alright, well, we're leaving. MZU. See you in my rear view. We're already all the way out here. Let's go to the furthest out from K-Leg that we can. doing a bit of a deep space run for salvage. Because why not? And let's do a very finely tuned approach. Come on, cross velocity. Cooperate, please. There we go. Cross velocity at 0, bearing at 0. Regular velocity, it's time to gas it. Alright, we'll approach at 150. That gives me time to get to the console. We'll fix that cross velocity vector. There we go. And I should be coming in basically straight into the thing. Let's hope. So the real question is this my treasure vault? Is this money? We'll see. So another task that I would like to take on is to make the center of my ship where I sleep sort of like a survival pod, if you will. Where it has auto vents that close upon depressurization, and it has the gas fed into it. That's a change that I want to make at some point. And one of the big reasons for that is if I do take on extra crew, it's really useful to have the crew sleep in a zone where they aren't likely to just randomly die, you know? So if we foolproof it so that the center here is protected from like, you know, micrometeorites and things like that, then I feel a lot safer bringing in extra crew, knowing that their death pay won't have to be paid out. I'll put it that way. For those that don't know, when you hire crew, you like pay their funeral costs ahead of time. Because they're like, hey, just in case you have you know, it gives you incentive not to essentially kill them, I guess. So that's a part of the game mechanics. And you can like try to negotiate that, but is there a way to take negative perks out past the initial choices? Yeah, during the character setup. Sure. I took a bunch of mine out already. So there's a few parts of the outer wall that like I can't path to because I need a helmet to be outside for. But most of the inside of the ship is like in pretty mint condition. Pretty spotless. Alright, let's see if my if I was accurate. If I pulled a Holborn wash here. Oh yeah, I'm basically coming straight in. I'll have to do a little bit of adjustment, but I don't know how far I was when I blasted to this thing, but I was kilometers away. And I had to reposition like less than a degree. Pretty nice. It's biggish. Yeah, Series Max, D3E, the Telic Mongoose. Has a reactor room with flickering lights. It's got a dead person. Got a few dead people. Alright. Gotta break through this door to get in. I think this is what, one of the circular UFO style. Not the kind of treasure vault I was hoping for, I don't think. Doesn't look like there's much here. I haven't been stripping bodies, but like, I should get in the habit of doing that. For their PDAs. Feels mean. I think we've already established flasks don't sell very well, so I'm not even going to bother with that. Oh, you're sweaty. Well, let me just strip you. There you go. Now you're not sweaty anymore. I think this guy died with this smart crate on him, so let's see if the smart crate has anything special. Yeah, in space no one will know that I mean. Exactly. I'm just salvaging, you know, it's salvaging people, salvaging, yeah. I paid the salvage license. I'm allowed. I guess I can take that O2 can. I'm not holding my breath for this one. This seems... I know it had a reactor room, but I don't see any, like, tanks or anything like that. So, I'm thinking it's middle of the road. It's kind of like an average salvage. Maybe I'll be mistaken, but that's what my intuition is saying. Here's the nav. I'll queue up the repair. You don't see a lot of reactor parts. Oh, that repair 20. Just so sexy. Oh, there goes repair 18. Because, you know, social needs. It's like the game was like, oh, it's sexy, huh? Well, you haven't been intimate in far too long, so feel bad about yourself and work slower. Thanks, game. You're the best. Queuing that up to haul. Alright, let's go around the rest. Huge room here. Definitely space for a reactor room. But like, or intake room, rather. But there's like piss all in here. Alright, in the other wing. Old food. There's a door here that needs to get broken down. Ah, new update just landed? Cool. Cool, cool, cool. This was a crew quarter. A damaged helmet and a damaged gun. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. We've already been through here, so I think the last is the reactor room. So the door to that is where? Alright, oh, there it is. I was about to just, like, uninstall walls. I'm like, I'm not gonna figure out your stupid ship. Okay, reactor, core pump, fuel reg. Not much. In fact, this is a weird reactor room because there is not enough space in here for you to even have a working reactor. It's like too crowded. So it's a non-functional reactor room. It's window dressing reactor room. It's fine. The parts will still sell. Stopping in space makes your suit less efficient. Yeah, it's not a still suit. It doesn't recapture the water. You just get all fogged up. And I think that's all that's really of value here, so let's do some auto task hauling. Oh, that's a terrible spot for the fuel reg. I'm gonna have to change the hauling zone a little bit. Zones. Edit. Don't put stuff there. Well, I have a lot of reactor parts. And that's everything I wanted to grab, so let's push off. I obviously still have more space. So I'm not going to worry about going back to K-Leg just yet. There's still plenty of room for more stuff. The idea is maybe, depending on what you guys vote on, but my idea, at least for right now, is to fill up the ship full of salvage, get it all restored and ready to sell, and then bring it back to K-Leg and take the money, the proceeds, and maybe roll in buying a new derelict or something. Or possibly investing in our ship. Trying to make the center compartment safe from depressurizations and the like. Alright, we'll go pretty far out to this one. I have a lot to restore on the ship, so the lengthy travel time isn't really a deterrent for me. Moving at 167, so we'll be there in an hour. Gives us an hour to restore. Is there, what can we do about our self-worth so that we work faster? Intimacy is done. Family is fine. Contact is great. Hey, look at that. Times 20, not times 18. A little bit of a, I'm worth it. I am loved by no one. And I will work faster. Love it. Oh, they think they fixed the bug where social items no longer spill out of the OK-like floor. That's good. They're pretty good about solving bugs quickly. I wonder if it retroactively fixes that stuff. I think pretty soon I'm going to need to go out of the ship to find repair tasks. Because I think everything that is reachable from within is fixed. Except for this one fusion. Now the other thing is we haven't been to K-Leg in a while. Oh, come on, just restore this. And the reason I mention that is our batteries are getting low-ish. We have 5-ish hours of power. That's kind of the constraining factor of the ship. It's not the, obviously not the fuel, because my fuel tanks are like 100% full. What the hell? How are they 100? How are my intakes still 100? Gas pressure 100? What? Oh, gas pressure 38. So we've used less than an eighth of my fuel. Because it's taking from this one that's at 38%. So we've used like a little over a 16th of the fuel so far. But we've used like half our battery power. Or a little bit more than half. So it's the battery power that's really the bottleneck. Obviously. Oh, I just auto-ate trenchers. Gross. Okay. So Let's check how far we are from docking, because I don't want to be floating around in space. We're 32 minutes from docking. I'm going to slow down a little bit. 37 minutes from docking, and auto task. And now with my helmet on, we can repair the things that we can't reach from inside. Corners and fix those up too. Oh, I think this is basically mint. I think we have a mint ship now. That's awesome. One of the reasons to keep it small is the constant maintenance on it is less if it's not a giant boat. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow space pilots,